It's our bearded Theologian. It's a Belgian quad. So that's actually one of the main questions that I've gotten about this beer is, what is a Belgian quad? Well, so a little bit of the back history of a Belgian quad is it's a Trappist traditional style beer, which means that the Trappists made it in their monkeries back in the day. And they made it because it had sustenance for them. So they made it while they were fasting. And the cool thing is they didn't know by adding more malt you got more alcohol, but I bet you that they knew that because they got a little bit more drunk when they were drinking it. So, and it's a really cool style. So this is the beer of the week for us, and one of the main reasons that it is the beer of the week is because we've released this beer in distribution last week, and it's hitting shelves currently. It's extremely fresh and really ready to be drunk, and you can find it in most restaurants and liquor stores right now. It will probably be in grocery stores such as like Reese's, Whole Foods, and Trader Joe's. It's not necessarily going to be found in Quick Trips or anything like that, mainly because there's not enough SKUs. But yeah, this is our brand new release in cans. It's not our brand new beer. It's been around with us ever since the beginning. We're really proud of this beer, especially within our tap room, and our regulars really love it. It's one of our tap room's best sellers from the very, very beginning. And that's why I wanted to really exemplify this beer specifically this week, is because it's a pretty unique quad to us, mainly because here in America, and nothing against American breweries brewing a 12 or 14% beer, but that's normally what a quad's going to be over here in America. I wanted to exemplify what was more historic about this style of beer. So we drew back the ABV to 8.4, so it's a lot more drinkable. And what that's going to give it is it's going to give that beer a platform for the flavors that you want within the quad. So you're going to get a lot of plum, date, raisin, cinnamon within this beer. And all of that comes from one or two malts that we put into it. And the malts that we put into it are an extremely small amount. So the base flavor from those malts are going to be there. But when we pitch the yeast that we use, our house Belgian yeast strain, the yeast is going to go in there and exemplify those. So the yeast usually gives off a really cool phenols and esters naturally, but with the malt that we have, it exemplifies all of those and makes it a really rich beer to drink. But also at the same time, since we've dialed back that ABV, you can actually come to the tap room or buy a 4-pack from your local liquor store and drink a couple in one night and not feel dangerously drunk or anything like that. So if you want to call it a sessionable quad, it's about the closest that you can get to that, and it's still within style, and it's one that we're really proud of. It's gone through a number of renditions within this brewery, and we really love where it is now, and how it's being drunk and consumed and really received by Tulsa. So for me personally, this beer is a beer that I really love to take out to the cabin, maybe smoke a pipe with. Obviously, that's on the logo of this beer in the art. But really, it's a beer that I created specifically for the four of us that really founded this brewery. Because we love to sit around a fire and have a conversation around a beer, and this is really the one that I wanted to do that with. And so I brewed this beer for me, and Tulsa really loved it and took it with both arms and really ran off with it in a way that's really cool. And I'm really proud about that. I really love drinking this beer. I don't drink it on the daily, mainly because it's so rich and so flavorful, and it's really special to me, so I really like to make it unique for my own drinking. So I wait till the weekend to drink this at home or with friends, and especially around the winter times where I get to be around a fire and smoke my pipe. With this beer, it's a really fun beer to drink. So on the nose, you get that really rich, malty character, almost cinnamon, baking spices, real rich flavors or aromas, such as almost date, dried date. For me, that really gets me excited to take the sip, because when it's that rich on the nose, I know that when I drink it, it's going to be a really flavorful experience. So here we go. Oh, yeah. Gosh, yeah. I haven't actually had this beer in a while. Oh, gosh, that's so good. I got a lot of raisin, cinnamon, plum, a lot of rich malt sugar character to it. At the same time, it finishes really clean, which is, I think, pretty unique to our quad. Usually quads linger around for a long time, but this one encourages you to take that next sip, and which is really cool because it is so rich and it is so bold. It's really fun that you can actually take the next sip and not feel like your body is super full and super like you're consuming a whole meal within this beer. I'm going to take another sip. I seriously haven't drank this in a while. I wish I would. Yeah. Man, yeah. One thing that's really cool about Belgian yeast, especially within this beer, is it's a really complex ester-driven yeast strain, which gives you that backbone of that baking spices and peppers and phenols that are just so unique to the Belgian Trappist yeast strains, that really make their beer specifically have one more dimension to flavor within beer, which is really cool, and why we are so strong in the Belgian styles here at Cabin Boys Brewery. And we want to exemplify that and really teach people how different yeast strains give a whole bunch of different aromas and flavors, and not just one style of flavor profile from our yeasts.